Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Tokyo for today's daily challenge. All destinations will be busier. We will not have a single traffic light. No lights here in Tokyo. The lights, as they say, are out. Also, this island is right here at the start of the map, where we don't usually start with the island this visible, so it's going to be fine. We'll just burn like a dozen road tiles paving over that island right away. It'll be fine. This is all gonna be A-okay. Ow. That hurts. Unrelated, I promise, to the fact that yesterday... So let me set the stage just a little bit. Y'all are aware, if you've been, paying attention to the stream schedule or just hearing me whine about it on stream sometimes, that I have to drive, a lot for work. And lately, I've been driving more than usual. I've been up and down New England, back and forth to Connecticut, and yesterday, I was in Stamford, Connecticut for my job. And today I have to go to Hartford, and tomorrow I have to go to Boston, and it's a whole damn thing. Anyway. So yesterday I was in Stamford, Connecticut, and after the job, I'm driving home, and some jackwagon coming up behind me decides that it would be a good idea to try to, speed through the fairly heavy construction slowed traffic, weave his way through, winds up clipping the back left corner of my car, which sucks. It's unfortunate. Which meant that I spent not the rest of, but a good hour and change yesterday, essentially trying to get a good grade in got hit by a car, which is a thing that's normal to want and possible to achieve. I, got myself to a safe space and pulled over, and I was like, shit, this sucks, because as you may recall, I just got a bunch of work done on my car, so, my car was in pristine condition for all of, 3 weeks. Annoying. Good morning, Petas19, by the way. So I pull over and I get myself to a safe space and I'm like, okay, fine. My insurance company's probably going to want photos and a police report, which meant I had to call the cops, which is fun. Always fun when you're forced to interact with police, knowing their general vibe. And listen, I'm a pasty-faced white dude. I was not exactly in fear for my life in this instance, but they're still the cops. Anyway, let's take a roundabout. We've got this pink business over here. This can go that way. That can go this way. These two might be able to support this. It is rush hour after all, so there's a lot more traffic than usual. But it would be good and convenient for me if I didn't have to worry about it. We'll see if we do. It's entirely possible. Remains to be seen. Only the future will be able to tell us. There is the, absolute certainty that eventually the city will be overwhelmed and some buildings' customers will be unserviced and the mission will fail and we will get a score. But, maybe this is the one that goes forever. It's a metaphor for life when you think about it. Don't think too hard about it. It's 7:03 in the morning. It's too early for an existential crisis. Honestly. Ah, good. Is there an easy way for me to get, one of these blue houses? Give me a motorway. One of these blue houses down to support this business? Because it doesn't really make sense to me that this business over here has 3 houses in it, and this business over here only has 2. Might be time to use one of these roundabouts I've got. Let's see here. I think it is, in fact, time to use one of these roundabouts that I've got. Let's do this. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a roundabout, say here, right? If we have a roundabout, say there, we can have these pinks go up and over and in like so. We can have these blues come in like that. And then we can do this, wahoo, with the remaining blues. So 1, 2, 3 blues, 1, 2, 3, 4 pinks, go up this way, service that, that'll be fine. You and you can join the beige road going over here It's Tokyo. We're mandated by law to have a big, long beige road going over to a building over here. We finally actually got a yellow house to go with those yellow, to go with that yellow business, rather. Let's boop all of that. We'll bring this up like so. I don't think I have the road tiles for this. I might have the road tiles for it once all the, road tiles come back, but we'll see. Up here, in there, like so. Good afternoon, Sunflare Space. I hope that you are doing well in jolly Europe. I don't know if is Europe jolly? We spent so much time while we were playing Great Ace Attorney just assuming that London Town was jolly. And listen, London Town is probably a fine, jovial place. I don't feel bad calling it Jolly London Town, other than the fact that I beat that name into the ground. But listen, it's what we do with things. It's what the ground is for, after all, beating things into. London sucks. Oh, have I stumbled upon a previously unknown Amsterdam, yeah, is there like an Amsterdam-London rivalry? I mean, listen, Amsterdam pretty much wins any rivalry against any city, but do we have special personal Dutch-based animosity toward London? Oh no. All bad. Alright, let's take a bridge and 20 more road tiles. Right now we've got this hunk of purple swinging over that way. Oh, Sonny used to live in London. It's personal. It's personal between Sunflare Space and Jolly London Town. I see. Well, perhaps that is best left unsaid or something. I don't know. What I do know is now we've got this hunk of blues over here, which presumably wants to be in support of this blue circle. It did spawn in that direction after all. And you know what? I think what I'm going to do, actually, is a little bit of restructuring. We're going to kill this road here. We're going to leave the roundabout intact. We're just going to do this. And by doing that, we can reposition this road such that the 3 of these and the 2 of these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here into the circle. And then we come down over here, boop, 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 and waboop. Like so, and like so. The 3 of you support the 1 of that. That should be fine. Sunny says that London is the only place she's lived where you got to experience the question of, is that fireworks or gunshots? And as a person who has also lived in places where you can experience that, it's always a fun and interesting question to ask yourself, especially at like 11 o'clock at night. Good times when you have to ask that question. It's usually not gunshots. It's probably fine, basically. Listen, it's not great when that has to come up here. I'm going to take 30 road tiles instead of a 3rd bridge because I keep finding myself out of road tiles, which is a bad place to be. You don't want to be in that place. You also, ideally, don't want to be in a place of only having 2 houses to support a business in rush hour. Yeah, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. This is not going to... You've got this blue over here has also gone circular, which is compoundingly bad. Yeah, I think we're going to go with compoundingly bad for that. This business over here is angry. We need to make it less so, ideally. Okay. We can do this. We'll bring this pink down here, get a 3rd house to support that business. That means that we need to cut this corner thisly, which will get these 3 light blues a little bit closer to this business. That should be a little bit more smooth. I don't know if that's actually the case, but we're going to pretend that it is. Then we'll draw this bridge over this way. This pink circle is, well, now a circle, which is not great, but if we get more pink spawns in this part of the world, I won't complain too much about it. Note that I said too much as opposed to at all. pretty much physically impossible for me not to complain at all about things that are bad, but, you know, it's fine. These pinks go up here. This pink, I'm just going to shunt into the roundabout. That'll be okay. This yellow business over here is a pain in the tuchus. Let's give myself another motorway. We'll do that. You and you. The two of you will swing out this way, like so. I could, in theory, put all of these on a motorway that goes like here. Like if I get all of these on a motorway and that motorway goes out here, and then from the motorway there's like a split or something. That sounds overly complicated and not actually good. Okay. So, problems. Specifically, this blue circle right here only has 3 houses. Those 3 houses are a good ways away, and it's rush hour. And another blue business has come into existence. That's actually, that part of the equation is basically fine, just because we have blue houses over here that had previously been doing nothing. So the blue houses over here that had previously been doing nothing can now instead do, you know, something. That something can be, we'll toss a roundabout right here and swing down this way. So now the beiges, actually, while we're here, we can't, oh, wait, hold on. Maybe I don't want to do, fuck. Can I want to get the roundabout in such a place that, well, I guess this isn't really, yeah, yellow isn't going to care about any of this. So we'll do this. Beiges come in from the west, blues come in from the northwest, go out to the southwest. Okay. Oh, and also this blue house right here is on this road, so it can be part of the support system. That's probably fine. This light blue house here can go up that way, support this. Now we have 5 for this circle, so it's a little less mad. This blue circle is fine. This purple square is the happiest square, and of course you just went circular. I was just talking about how good and happy you are, little purple square. Now you're a big fuck off purple circle, and I have to be constantly worried about your imminent demise. God. Nobody's happy with things. There's always constant growth and expansion, and gotta get not just increase profit, but not just make money or profit, but like we gotta make more money. We gotta profit more. If profits aren't rising, then we're dying. Fuck that nonsense. You have a good sustainable life going for yourselves. Sustain it. But no. Anyway, so this beigeness exists, which it's not a thing I would have chosen for me, but, you know. Let's see here. I'm going to take another motorway. Seems like a good thing to have. I've got a minor developing situation in that, well, we've got these 2 dark blues here. They can support that, probably. Should be fine. One is left to wonder if it will actually be fine, but listen, it's not my job. Now, I don't have any more roundabouts, and I don't see a great way to separate this beigeness from this pink road, so I think we're just going to have to deal with it. And the dealing with it will involve this nonsense. We'll loop these beiges up and around. This will be a pain point right here, and then this will be another pain point right here. Probably no, they're still going to have to turn left coming out. So, like, see, this pink car here had to slow down because the beige car ahead of it was coming out. Yeah, so we've got painful intersection right here and another one right there. I don't have a great way of fixing that, so we're just going to pretend it's fine. We're just going to move on with our lives as though it isn't an extant, existing, gonna ruin us all level problem. It's gonna be fine. You understand? Everything's gonna be fine. Now, this purple house over here is kerfucky, and I need, what is that, 6 more road tiles from somewhere? Does anyone have 6 road tiles I can borrow? Hold on. Well, this end of the pink road might, actually. Hold on. Do you have 6 road tiles I can borrow? You have 4. Okay. That's 4 more than I expected to get from somewhere. Can I find 2 more? Hey, look. 2 more. Great. This house, I don't even think is going to be enough to keep this afloat. It has another house now. And 2 houses, straight shot road. It might not immediately fucking perish. You know, and we've got plenty of purple down here. Like, if I get another motorway, this is golden. A motorway this week solves the purple problem for functionally forever. Are we actually going to get that motorway? No. No, we are not. But we're going to get 30 more road tiles, which is something. It's not necessarily going to help with things, but, you know, we're not worried about that right now. So first thing I'm going to do is reconnect this end of the pink road and this end of the blue road. Just get those down into there. And now I have 23 more road tiles with which to play. Hooray. Ow. Itchy, scratchy throat. Oh, big pain. Okay. You've gone circular now, which is, well, it's a choice you've made. I can't say I support it, but listen, it's not my job to support the choice. It's my choice. It's my job to support the decision makers or something. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a great mayor. I'd probably be better at it than Eric Adams in that I wouldn't be indicted for taking bribes from Turkey or whatever. I think that's what's going on with the mayor of New York City. I don't live in New York City, so I don't have that much skin in this game. It is quietly very amusing to me that New York City is, like, by the most conservative estimation, a top 10 most important city in the world. I personally think it's like top 3, but like by any conservative estimation, we're going to call New York City a top 10 most important city in the world. And this top 10 most important city in the world can't, for the life of it, find a decent fucking sane, reasonable person to be its fucking mayor. Like, I think in the entire time I have been alive, there has not been a decent, sane, reasonable person who has been the mayor, ostensibly the person in charge of a top 10 most important city in the world. This is amusing to me. What is less amusing to me is the continued presence and ongoing life of this square here. Like, why do we need this square here? I feel as though we as a society have evolved beyond the need for this square here, but what do I know? Anyway, let's just peel these 2 beiges off of this road. This road has enough beige on it for a while anyway. We're going to have these 4 beiges. This is kind of a waste of a motorway, but there's no better way to get there that doesn't create a terrible intersection. So we're just going to beige our way over here. Okay. You can go that way. All of these can come up here. This is now a circle, which is not great. I wouldn't have made that choice if it was up to me. We do have 4 houses down here. 4 houses is not really enough, unless, of course, you're the video game Fire Emblem : 3 houses, as I make reference to the one thing I know about the video game Fire Emblem : 3 houses, which is that there are, of course, 4 houses. I'm sure it makes sense. I'm sure it makes perfect sense in universe. It's still funny to me. Now then, this light blue over here is, as with most things in most places, a bit of a pain in the ass. How are we going to solve that pain in the ass? I don't know. Preparation H would have stopped it. It's called preparation for a reason, but we're past that point. Actually, come to think of it, Preparation H is marketed as a pain reliever. So, what are you preparing for if you're using I guess you're preparing to avoid future pain, in addition to the pain you're already suffering? It doesn't necessarily make sense. Oh well. So we got a problem, and the problem is, well, we have multiple problems. The biggest present problem is the status of this light blue over here and this purple way up here. I don't have great fixes for either of those, honestly. The reason I don't have great fixes for either of those is God hates me. No, I don't think that's true. Let's see here. I think I'm just going to put a terrible unmarked intersection right here. I'm just going to have a terrible intersection right there. By having that terrible intersection right there, I can reclaim motorway number 4 and have it ferry these 4 light blues over here all the way down to there. Now, I don't know if that's going to do anything in time to actually solve this problem, but oh well. If it doesn't, we're fucked anyway. So that's a thing that is true. Speaking of things that are true, we don't have any great way of getting purples up this way unless I simply redirect motorway number 1 and wait for the... Actually, let's just wait until Monday, because we can just do that and grab another motorway. Okay. So we do that, we grab another motorway. Now, that's both good and bad. It's good in the... Well, actually, hold on. No. Okay. So I grabbed another motorway, right? But you may notice I don't have a motorway down here. And the reason for that is the game saw my intent to draw motorway number 4 here and was like, oh, hey, you intend to put a motorway there? I've got a motorway for you. So thunk, here's motorway number 4. Which means that if I want a motorway to solve this purple problem, which I think I do, actually. Yeah, I think I definitely do. I think we want to grab these 4 purples right here and motor whoop them right up that way. In order to get back a motorway, I have to wait for this motorway to be completely gone, which you may be able to tell it isn't. So that's a problem. Also, this is a circle. Not great. Also, this beigeness got mad at me for a second. Not great. Also, we're going to pull a 5th purple over here and have these 2 hop up that away. That should be fine. Let's go motorway number 5, straight shot up to here. You'll be okay. All of these beiges might as well join this beige road. I'll get these road tiles back. Okay. Everybody go. Everybody go. Now, this yellow is angry. This, we've got just a little bit of a, just a skosh of a backlog happening here, which might have rat-like potentiality, if you think about it. So that's not. Yeah, it might be just a little bit rat-likey, actually. It's fine? Question mark? It's probably not actually fine, but I don't have a way for it to not be fine unless it's fine, so it's gotta be fine. It's all gotta be fine. Alright, this dark blue business right here came into existence and is actually basically okay. So, the good news is that most of the problem here is just yellows being yellow. And that's a... Oh, I see the problem. Oh, I see the reason this roundabout's bad. Fuck. Okay, so what I thought would happen, right, was we come over here. You know, this roundabout exists, right? And yes, it does encompass this road, but my thinking was that this road runs like this, so it doesn't really have to have any interactions with the roundabout. So what I was thinking was, you know, beiges come through here, and there's like one blue, and then blues come through here, and then they roundabout, and the blues go down this way, and the beiges go off that way, and the green grass grows all around, and the green grass grows all around, and it's totally fine. I was thinking it would be totally fine. It turns out that while yellows coming from up here can in fact just turn right in this way, like they can just come up this road, swing a right turn, and not have to deal with the roundabout, if a yellow wants to leave at any point, the yellow has to come out of the business, and rather than just hook out like this, it actually has to go up all the way through the roundabout and then back down and out, which means that there's a bunch of yellow traffic clogging up the roundabout, So that's not great. Now, I could sort of, well, I wouldn't say remedy this problem. I can further complicate this issue by doing what Sunflare Space just suggested in the chat, which honestly, I might as well at this point. Oh, hi, you. Oh, I don't like this. Additionally, this house right here was sending cars on this road down here through this plaza over here and onto this road to then go into the roundabout to get down here. I hate that, so we're gonna stop that. But we do have motorway over here, so we could just do that, and now all of these cars can theoretically get over here. I don't know that that's actually going to help anything. In fact, I rather suspect that it's going to hurt things, but, you know. So what I should have done, and what I can't do now because the yellow circle's dead, I should have put this roundabout, right? This roundabout should have been over here. Like I can actually, hold on, we can go back out here. This roundabout, I should have placed it right here. The reason I didn't was that I wanted to have this extra spur for this light blue. I wanted this to not be clogging up traffic this way, but by having the yellows here, they basically got fucked over by the roundabout. So I should have placed this roundabout right here and just had it go straight down into the blue. Or, you know, I should have done any of 95 other things I could potentially have done differently. Alas, 1,897 commuters over 75 days means that feels like a pretty good, although not great score. Oh, hey, top 15%. We will take that. And once again, Samurai Sam has been without a laptop for like a month and a half or something like that. I don't know. It feels longer than that, but I'm out of a regular stream rhythm, so everything feels weird. And, well, I'm pretty much gonna be out of regular stream rhythm for the rest of the year, I've been told to expect. We did hire someone for Boston. It's just takes a while to train people because you want people to be good. So it's fine. This is all gonna be fine. We're gonna start Grand Theft Auto 4 next Thursday, hopefully. Actually, it occurs to me that I have to be in Cheshire, Connecticut next Thursday. But I think that's pretty quick. And I think Cheshire, Connecticut is reasonably comparatively close to me. So I think that might be a no gimmim, but I'll hit the evening stream type of day. But it's also a whole entire week from now, so who the fuck knows? Anyway, let us bring in our very good bestest friend in the whole wide world. You know it, of course, as the Wordle. Hello, the Wordle. Where'd that browser window go? There it is. We will start with place. Place is a perfectly fine word. There is an A in it. Correct. It could be shaft. Could absolutely be shaft. He's a bad mother, shut your mouth, and so forth. We could thank me for that reference. Thank you, Goog, for that old school reference. You're welcome, the Wordle. The Wordle has thanked me. The Wordle is thank. Good. Nice and simple and good. It's the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go. I think that's how that song goes. Aside from the fact that it's called Simple and Clean, but listen, I can only make so many Kingdom Hearts references. Some of them have to be wrong. Now then, we need a great number of things. So, you can have... Okay, I think dry, straight, and virgin are all beverage modifiers, right? Like there's a dry martini. You can have a drink straight, which just means pour some whiskey in a glass and then drink it like a tough manly man who doesn't care about consuming tasty beverages. And then a virgin drink is a drink without the booze. So that's nice. Problem is, I don't know. Oh, neat. Neat and straight are... Actually, I thought they meant the same thing. Does one of these mean... I thought these just meant the same thing, actually. But anyway, they're specifications for a bartender. That's true. That's a factual statement I just made. Now then, we also need... I'm sorry, there are some words here that... Connections? You're the New York fucking Times. Are we really talking about wax and bikini and bean the New York Times? Do we need to... I don't... Well, you know... frill, trim, border, and fringe are all, yeah, that's true. Decorative little nonsense at the ends of things, like bunting or whatever. It's true. It's absolutely true. They're the decorative edges. Fair enough. So, you can, So something can grow, wax, swell. These all mean expand, right? Does one of these mean expand? Does cheese mean expand? I'm sorry. I don't necessarily. Mount? Mount means expand? Okay. Does it now? Oh, right, like a mounting deficit or so. Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. That's fair. That makes sense. I've heard that term. So, theory, cheese, bean, and bikini. My cell phone responded to me using the, so my cellular telephone was manufactured by the Apple Corporation, and they've centered a great amount of their operating system around the automated digital assistant of a certain name, right? You all know the name. The name, it should be stated, rhymes with this first letter in the final connection. So when I was rattling off the terms, the digital assistant thought that, the microphone and speech recognition software in the telephone. I'm trying very hard not to personify machines because, well, it seems as though all of society is increasingly shaping itself around the concept of the personification of machines, and I think that's shitty. So I'm trying to avoid using terms like, the computer thought this. It's like, no. This is the calculation that the algorithms ran. Anyway, so the speech recognition software and microphone combined, and it's very difficult to do this without using the word thought, but it identified my speech pattern as a call to that digital assistant, thereby activating the aforementioned digital assistant. It's not actually what happened. I just think it's neat. So theory, cheese, bean, and bikini. Oh, those are all string things. Okay. Yep, string theory, string bean, string cheese. Okay, yeah. Damn it, now I want string cheese. I got a thing of string cheese for myself a while ago. I hadn't had string cheese in like years before that. But I ate it all. Because, well, I'm fat. And also, it's food. It's kind of what fat people do with food. It's also what non-fat people do with food. Just, less. Typically. Anyway, for today's Strands, we have a special delivery. So, I don't know, are we looking for postage or shipping or something like that? I don't know. We'll find out together, hopefully. I see larb, which isn't actually a word. It's not terribly helpful to me. But, see stole and stole. Oh, you're not going to count that as... Oh, is that not actually is a mink stole just spelled the same as, like, you yoinked a thing? Interesting. I did not know that. You can have a special delivery of a chair, if it's a very important chair. Sunny is having a religious experience, which is always nice. I'm sorry, Sunflare Space. You gotta know that with that phrasing, it's right there. It's ripe for the picking, as Mike Vanderchat would say. So swing is here. Very confused now. What does that have to do with special? Oh, it's baby stuff. Oh, it's baby stuff. It's baby stuff. Because the special delivery is like a Stork situation. Okay. Like a Stork situation, incidentally, is the title of the episode. So that's good. All right, there's Playpen. I thought I saw Walker around here, but it turns out that I was just looking at this W and confabulating something, which is incorrect. It's not a thing you should do. Oh, I see here. So this is probably a baby gear. I think baby gear is our spangram today. So that's great. What do we have otherwise? So if baby gear is our spangram here, that means that somehow these 5 letters form... Oh, here we go. Blanket. That's how we get that. So if that's going to be the spangram, then... Wait a minute.
If the _Goog searches for something, is he Googling?
I mean, yes, usually. I understand that it's kind of ruined itself as a service, but it's still better and more convenient than Bing. What else am I going to do? Bing? Seriously now. Oh, Lord. What is this if it's not our Lord and Savior, etc.? Is there anything over here? Can we get our baby a Chrysler? That's they're the people who make the Pope Mobile, right? Chrysler? I'm so sorry. I'm so mad at myself for that one. It's a high chair. Oh. I can't. I'm sorry. Sometimes I say things that I make myself laugh, and sometimes it's just, oh my God, how did you do that? Why? Why did that happen? For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Nationals, Mets, Reds, Cardinals, Rays, and pitchers that won 10 games in a year. So, Pedro Martinez. We'll do a Nat and Spo who won 10 games in a season. Is Pedro Martinez. Oh, God. Met who won 10 games in a season is Tom Glavine, probably. Seems like a thing that would have happened. Cincinnati Red, who won 10 games in a season, is Homer Bailey, known also as a dude the Boston Red Sox thought made more money than John Lester should make. So, that's why John Lester didn't finish his career with the Boston Red Sox, because, well, the Boston Red Sox. A Tampa Bay Ray who played for the New York Mets is Kelly Johnson. Kelly Johnson was a Ray, right? Hold on. Wait. Goog. Think that through. Am I sure about that? I'm not. I'm not sure about that. We're going to rewind slowly, carefully, and instead, we're going to go with a more famous interaction between the two franchises and note that Victor Zambrano is a Tampa Bay Ray who played for the New York Mets. The New York Mets really wanted them some Victor Zambrano. They traded Scott Kazmir for him. Scott Kazmir went on to be pretty damn good himself. But anyway, Tampa Bay Ray, he did play with all of the AL East teams. Well, he would have fit the square then. He didn't play for the Reds or Nationals or Cardinals, so that is the last we will discuss Kelly Johnson on this fine day, perhaps. Tampa Bay Ray, who played for the Reds, did Brandon Phillips catch on with the Rays at the end of his career? I don't think so. I don't think Fred McGriff was a Red, so we might have a problem there, actually. We'll come back to that one. It'll be fine. Maybe Pete Shurik was a Ray. I don't think so, but, maybe. Tampa Bay Ray, who played for the Washington Nationals, is Nick Johnson? No, that's not correct. That's false. Tim Raines never played for the Rays, despite that being basically his name. It's a shame. Fuck sticks. Adam Dunn? Did Adam Dunn ever play for the Rays? No, by the time the Rays would have been in the business of acquiring Adam Dunn was either good or cooked. And the Tampa Bay Rays don't get players who are good because players who are good cost money. And the Tampa Bay Rays don't get players who are cooked because, well, they're smart. So, interesting. All right. St. Louis Cardinal, who played for any of these fucking teams, is... Well, a Cardinal who played for the Mets is Harrison Bader, a former Cardinal who plays for the Mets. So that's nice. We've got that. Cardinal who played for the Reds is Scott Rowland. Not exactly going to be an obscure pick here, but, we've got to fill out the grid. The important thing is that you you complete the grid. You can go for rarity score when you're like Samurai Sam, who can tell me that Rabbit Marinville is a St. Louis Cardinal who was also a Cincinnati Red or something. Sam, is Rabbit Marinville? Would Rabbit Marinville have fit this top left square? I feel reasonably confident that he wouldn't fit any other of the open squares because he was dead before the Tampa Bay Rays existed. Come to think of it, I think he was dead before the Montreal Expos existed. So, Rabbit Marinville would not have fit the top left corner. He was not a Cincinnati Red. The more you know. So, fuck. Now we need some Nationals or a Red Ray. Oh boy. A raid, if you will. We need the bug spray of pitchers. Actually, wait. Was Trevor Bauer a Ray? Because he basically is the bug spray of pitchers. In the sense that you don't want it in your eyes. Ever. Shit. I don't think he was a Ray. I think the Rays are one of a handful of teams that, given their druthers, would sign Trevor Bauer, but there's pretty obviously been a dictate from on high. So, listen. We're not here to take up the cause of Trevor Bauer. Fuck Trevor Bauer. Was Greg Vaughn a Red? I keep thinking about Greg Vaughn. I think Greg Vaughn was a Red. The Rays had a bunch of... The early Rays, the Devil Rays, brought in a bunch of absolutely cooked 90s and early 2000s guys to be like, hey, folks, come on down to the ballpark. We've got a future Hall of Famer, Wade Boggs. And then he was, old and shit. But he did get his 3,000th hit as a Devil Ray, which... like Tropicana Field, is a blight upon the game that it should realistically never recover from. But I digress. Yeah, it's probably Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn was a Red. I can talk myself into that. Greg Vaughn was totally a Cincinnati Red. Probably, hopefully. Greg Vaughn! I was correct about a thing. Now then, we need to remember some Nat and Spos, which is always good fun time for everyone involved. Oh god, was Bartolo Colon ever a Ray? No, he wasn't. Okay, Nick Johnson was a National, neither a Cardinal nor a Ray. Lance Berkman was a Cardinal but not a National. Jim Edmonds was a Cardinal but not a National. Yadier Molina was a Cardinal but not a National. Mark Hendrickson was a Ray but not a National. Jamie Moyer was an Expo, I think, but he was not a Cardinal, nor was he a Ray. Robbie Ray was a Mariner. Doesn't help me. Actually, holy shit, we spent so much time talking about Homer Bailey. You know who was a fucking Cardinal and also a National? John fucking Lester! I think Sam started pointing me in that direction at the same time that I realized that John fucking Lester was a Cardinal and also a National because the Red Sox didn't want to pay him Homer Bailey plus $1. Anyway, I'm not mad. Don't put in the newspapers that I'm mad. I'm very mad. So the Nationals and the Rays, huh? The Expos and the Satan guys. Fuck. Will Cordero was an Expo. I don't think he was ever a Ray. Pedro Martinez has already been used on this grid. Ryan Zimmerman was a National. Anthony Rendon was a National. Kurt Suzuki was a National. I don't think any of them were Rays. Wilson Ramos was a National. Was he also a Ray? Would they have called him Wilson Ramos? Entirely possibly. I don't think he was actually a Ray, though. So that kind of hurts the point. Ben Zobrist was a Ray. Carl Crawford was a Ray. Evan Longoria was a Ray. And then Evan Longoria was a Giant and a Diamondback, and that's pretty much it, I think. I don't think he was ever a National. Son of a bitch. We already talked about Adam Dunn. I'm reasonably confident he wasn't a Ray. I think Matt Stairs was a Devil Ray for a minute, but I don't think he was an Expo. I could be conflating those. I could be flipping them. I don't think he fits the square is what I'm getting at. Riel Cormier was an Expo. I don't think he was a Ray. Cliff Lee was in the trade that sent Bartolo Colon to the Expos, but I don't think he ever was an Expo. Also, additionally, independent of that, he was definitely never a Ray. So, never mind. Oh, goodness. The problem is the fucking Rays never have a fucking player for more than 12 fucking minutes, so you can never fucking remember them. BJ Upton was a Ray. Was he also a National? I think Justin Upton was a National. Not 100% sure of that. Niger Morgan was a National. Sam says there's a big obvious one, which... Oh, there isn't a big... Okay, so you weren't hinting. There just isn't a big obvious one. Got it. Niger Morgan was a National. I don't think he was a Ray. Elijah Dukes was a Ray. There was a period in like the late 00s, early 10s, where the Rays had a bunch of super toolsy, much hyped prospects who basically none of them ever amounted to anything. Guys like Elijah Dukes. I don't think he was a National, though. There's also an alarm bell going off in the back of my head that Elijah Dukes is a shithead in some way, but I don't remember how. Don't mind me, I'm just going to go over to another web browser and Google Elijah Dukes. See if there's something I'm forgetting about Elijah Dukes. This is now a possible Elijah Dukes slander moment. Well, okay, I've learned two things about Elijah Dukes. One, he absolutely played for the Rays and Nationals. In fact, they're the only two teams he played for. And two, there's a section of his Wikipedia page titled Off the Field Problems. So, it's not great. On May 23, 2007, Dukes' wife, sought a restraining order against him after he threatened her life and the lives of their children. Well, that's a bad thing. It's not a thing a person should do to another person. So, it's not a great thing to do to a person. And also it's cheating because I just learned, thanks to Wikipedia, that Elijah Dukes fits the square. But, yay, it's an immaculate grid. We did it. Glory, victory, and triumph for me, the _ Goog. Oh, God. Oh, Cliff Floyd. Oh, yeah, Cliff Floyd was an expo.
Hear ye.
Interesting.
Let the record show that this viewer was here first.
Sunflare Space was here first. Thank you to Sunny for being the very first person here in chat. Absolutely nobody got it, so Sunny was here first. History shall reflect for all time that on this day, Sunflare Space was here first. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. I will be back on Twitch, hopefully Monday morning. Hopefully. We'll see. Like, nothing is permanent in this life, but, hopefully Monday morning we'll make a go of it. I don't at the present have an immediate conflict, but there's still plenty of time for that to change, so stick around. Hop in the Discord server, you know the places. Videos on YouTube will continue pretty much apace. I do have to do some editing this weekend, and also it's my mom's birthday, so good job, Goog. Well planned. We'll deal with that later. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you have a tremendous day. Bye-bye. Mask of the Shapeshifter. Hey, Gail. Gail, do you want to be able to shapeshift? Cause... Ah!